Minnesota won tonight. Let me know if anybody's trying to talk Knicks. I'm going to be on here for a little bit. Let me know if anybody's trying to talk Knicks. Take the rag off for a little bit. Yeah. Minnesota series is 1. Minnesota Golden State 1-0. Minnesota looks like I don't know. They look like they're pretty legitimate. OKC bounced back after a surprising loss in Game 1. Right, they started the season with 68. Well, the end of the season, I guess, regular season with 68 wins. Who else? Another crazy one, Indiana and the Cavs. Crazy. Hey, how's it going? Hope all is well. Yeah, Indiana and the Cavs. Indiana's up 2-0. Craziness. But yeah, I was trying to jump on here, talk about the Knicks. Seems like everybody in New York is hyped. What's up? Camera, what's up? Yo, what does everybody think about the Knicks? ETAVR, Brody, what's up? Basket Kills, what's up? Camera. Talking about the Knicks in the playoffs. Yeah. What's up? I go to bed. Yeah, I do need to go to bed, brother. I do need to go to bed. Daligar, what's up? And then shout out to India. Yo, just chilling. What's up, man? If you want me to check out your Lillard, just chilling. If you want me to check out your music, comment on one of the videos so I could see your like it would be easier for me to click, so I could click on it. I could check out your music. Do I think KD's gonna go to the Rockets? Hugh Jazz, what up, Hugh Jazz? And Edwards, do I think KD's gonna go to the Rockets? That could be interesting. I feel like they got enough pieces though. LLR, Pookie Lean. Yeah, and Edwards, man. I don't know. I feel like I feel like Minnesota is kind of. Oh, I feel like Minnesota is kind of good. Just chilling. All right. If Camera wants me to listen to the music too, just comment on any video that you see. It could be long form or short form. If you comment on the video, then I'll be able to click on your picture, your I forgot what they call it, but I'll be able to click on your picture on the side, and then I can listen. You're asking if I'm LeBron, or you're asking about LeBron? A lot of people call me LeBron. I don't understand that, but it'd be nice if I was LeBron. No, I'm not LeBron James. Oh, it's not. It's not my boogers. Sorry, Scoop Steve. Um, yeah, comeback against the Knicks was crazy. I mean, LeBron James hairline. Uh, yeah, maybe a little bit. Yeah, nah, that was crazy because it was twice in a row. It was twice in a row they came back against Boston, and I think Boston's like legitimately the best team in the NBA. So I was kind of shocked. I was legitimately shocked because I feel like Boston's got it on both ends, offense and defense. What time is it out there? It's almost 12. I wasn't gonna jump on here, but I was like, yo, hold on, my 35. Um, my nose. Yeah. Cleveland Cavaliers. Yeah, I was shocked about the Cleveland Cavaliers too. Um, I am shocked about that one. Like Indiana's a pretty good team, but I wouldn't have said like I wouldn't have thought that they would have went up 2-0 against Cleveland. Especially how good Cleveland was in the regular season. It seemed like them and Boston were kind of waiting to turn it on. Hey, I appreciate you, basketball kills. Appreciate you. Yeah, I usually try to come on a few times a week. It's just been hectic. But free what, man? I feel like Darius Garland being out um at game one kind of you know wasn't the easiest. Um, oh man, thank the Lord. No, I'm just in my room. So thank the Lord about that. Amen. Uh, parties? No, no parties. The nose? Yeah, a lot of people been commenting on the nose. I'm a little stuffed. I'm a little stuffed a little bit right now. 7 outdoors. What's going on? 7 outdoors. Yeah, I'm doing all right, man. Just a little tired. I'm just a little tired. Man, a lot of people been commenting on the nose. Yo, good night, buddy. It is late. Mm. Yo, Gotti. On phone. What does that mean? Sleepy James? I look tired? Hmm. Yo, what's going on? On phone. Oh, what you mean? How old do I look? Gnome Leo? How old do I look? Maybe because I took the do-rag off. 30? Wait, hold on 1 second. All right, now how old do I look? 40? 36? I still look like an uncle. Really? Well, well, I have a niece. I look 34, 31. Okay. Yo, but to be honest, I was coming out here to talk. Stay prayed up, y'all. I was coming here to talk about the Knicks. Um, doesn't really look like anybody's trying to mess with the 26. What's up, Justice? How you doing? Doesn't look like anybody's trying to mess with them. Maybe, yeah, maybe. Doesn't look like anybody's trying to mess with the Knicks. But Knicks in 5. Really? Hey, God bless, buddy. Atlanta. Willie, what's going on? I look like a cartoon. Well, there's some interesting comments today, man. Whew. I look like somebody's uncle. Yeah, I got it. You're from Atlanta too? Rack? Where's Rack? Oh, Chirac. Okay, gotcha. Chicago. Hmm. Okay. Respect. Yeah, I've actually never heard anybody say that before. Never heard anybody use that. Is that like a popular thing now? I've heard of the Chirac, but I've never heard the rack. I've never heard that in my life. Oh man, it's interesting. What part of Chicago? man. What city do I live? I live in New Jersey. Um, it's not a big city. Uh, it's not a big city, but um, close to New York. A little close to New York. Man, I really look like an unk. I look like LeBron James. Patterson. I'm like south of Patterson. I'm in the Jersey Shore. I really look like an unk. Oh, this is crazy. I must really be getting old. Salt Lake City. Okay, shout out to Salt Lake City. I've never been out to Utah before. NJ where? In the Jersey Shore. It's close to Seaside Beach. Kings. Yo, though, what up, man? Yo, finally like a basketball related for yo. It's been a lot of nonsense. I don't know if you've been seeing these comments. Look at these comments, bro. Hitchhikers. Like, oh, you're from New Jersey. Oh, Summers Point. Okay. Knicks in five. Really, bro? Oh my God. You really think the Knicks gonna do it? Wow. Yeah, I know you're not a Tatum guy, even though you're from the city. Um, maybe it's the shirt. Maybe it's the shirt that's got me like a unk. Nah, bro. I actually don't, man. New York Knicks might be champion this year. Wow. Oh, I had the forehead out before. You can go back and look at the. You can go back and look at the film. Yo, I actually got a cut, but my hair is long though. Actually, my hair is long. I just took my do rag off. Pacers Knicks. Pacers Knicks. So you feel like the Pacers are gonna hold it? Yeah. I just need to with the do rag. Yo, there's a lot of yo, this is a wild. I'm gonna have to call it. Yeah. Yeah, it was them in Boston last year, right? Yeah. Yeah, a lot of people have been seems like Halliburton's been at his best. Um Now that's starting to matter. Yeah, he started off the season slowly though. How about the Cowboys? Wait, what about the Cowboys? You think the Cowboys are going to be good this year? I could I feel like the Lakers could use a two guard though, to be honest. Oh, you thinking the Clippers? Yo, how yo, that'll be interesting. Um I mean that'll be like the all California team, kind of like they did with Westbrook. Um I think I think it would be interesting with it'd be kind of crazy if DeMar and Kawhi could win a chip. So he kind of like won a chip with Kyle Lowry and DeMar. Steve Ballmer. Steve Ballmer and DeMar. Wow. This is crazy. Tyler. uh looks like you want him to go to the Clippers. Yeah. I mean, I don't think Clippers would be a bad move. Manuel, how's it going? How's it going, Manuel? I live in New Jersey actually. New, Jer- New Jersey's close to New York though. Is New York safe or dangerous? I would say New York is a lot. New York is safer than it used to be. What's going on? How you doing? I wouldn't be mad if DeMar went to the Warriors. Wait, so if DeMar goes to the Warriors, you keeping him and Butler? DeMar, Butler, Draymond, and Steph. Oh man, doing all right, man. I wasn't originally planning to come on live today, so I wasn't super prepared. But I was just like, all right, let me do it. Yeah, and I'm trying not to get sick, so that's maybe why I sound a little nasally like that. Yeah, man. The Lakers, man. To be honest, I don't know if Luca was healthy though. I don't know if Luca's. Yeah, they need a center. Yeah, they tried to get Mark Williams and it kind of didn't work out. Centers are always so tough, man. It's always so tough, like to know like how to fit a guy in. And, um, they probably could draft one. Yeah, I honestly feel like Jackson Hayes has ability. Like I don't feel like he's not. I don't feel like he's not. Like he's. I don't feel like he doesn't have ability. Kind of like not Gafford, but the other big man in the other big man in the other big man in Dallas from Duke. JJ Redick messed up the game. No Jackson Hayes in game one. No substitute. I'm trying to even think of another big that they could probably get that's not too expensive. Maybe, maybe Yeah, seriously, Kobe was a legend. Kobe was a legend. That was my favorite player to watch growing up. Dwight Howard. Yoda, would you try to get Giannis? Who if you're the Lakers? DeMarcus Cousins? I don't know about DeMarcus Cousins. I think I think DeMarcus Cousins will kind of be a stretch. That'll be cool. I mean, yeah, trade your bench away. Sabonis? Honestly, I don't know how long Sabonis stays in Sacramento, to be honest. But if I were to trade Sabonis, I would probably put him on a team like Golden State, though. Andre Drummond, yeah, Andre Drummond. I feel like Andre Drummond would be pretty good. Alperen Şengün. I think Alperen Şengün is really good. I think he's Claxton. Yeah, whoa, great one. It's him. Great call. Claxton, I think is perfect. Cla- Yo, Claxton is Yeah, Miles Turner is gonna cost you the house. Miles Turner would be great. I feel like the challenge, yeah, he is probably similar to Hayes, but I feel like the challenge with Hayes is they felt like he because of the way he's built, he couldn't defend stronger bigs. You know what I mean? Um, yeah, Hayes is a little skinny. Not that Claxton's huge, but I just um like Claxton is skinny too. Like to be honest though, stay prayed up, yo. Yeah, I mean Anthony Davis would have been perfect. If you had Anthony Davis, Luca, and LeBron, I mean that's probably a chip. That's probably a chip. You know, yeah, man. Their defense is just a little tricky. It's a little tricky. Yeah, Mark Williams would have been good. I mean, they were trying to get Mark Williams, they just couldn't. LiAngelo Ball. Um, LiAngelo Ball. Yeah, honestly, I don't know why that dude. I feel like he should have got a shot at the NBA. Yeah, I can understand that. Two first round picks is a lot, though. And to be honest, these next two drafts are going to be crazy. These next two drafts are going to be nuts. Yo, Brooke Lopez, I'm not mad. Yo, it's him, bro. You got some good takes, bro. It's him, yo. I could respect some of your I could respect some of your thoughts on this. Jakai, how's it going? I hope you're doing well, buddy. Yeah, Derek Lively. Yes, that's who I was thinking. Yeah, Derek Lively. I feel like yeah, that's what I was referring to before. Yeah, if you could get any guy like that is like decent, you know. Any Derek Lively level player in the NBA is decent. I feel like above that is kind of like the uh who's my man that the Knicks got rid of last year? That's in Oklahoma City. Clint Capella would be great. Clint Capella would be great. I don't know how much you would have to give up for Clint Capella, but Clint Capella would get the job done 100%. Clint Capella would get the job done 100%. Even Okongwu would help. The thing, Sabonis is like I feel like Turner and Sabonis would be like, yeah, Turner. Oh, you said Porzingis. Sorry, Turner, Porzingis, Sabonis, guys like that are like a totally different level. I would say, Porzingis. Man, everybody's calling me Unc today. Man, I must really be getting old. Oh, you were at the Super Bowl? Who's your favorite team? Jakai. Um, I mean Lowry, like all these guys are good players, but like the thing with a lot of these guys, Sabonis, Lowry, Markkinen, they're all good players. They're a little bit different. Like the easiest one is Miles Turner because he's like a defender who can hit threes. Like that's really the max you need out of Sabonis is tough, like because Sabonis is not really a defender. Like he's great offensively. Sabonis is great offensively and he's a great playmaker. He's like Sabonis is closer to like Jokic. You know what I mean? Probably more athletic than Jokic though. I'm goofy and superfluous. Dang, my bad. My bad, Nasen. Yeah, I mean Porzingis is great. It's just he's injury prone. Zach E, yeah, Zach E would be solid. Um, you know who I would think is good? Uh, Walker Kessler. I think Walker Kessler would be good. Protect the rim. Yeah, Lowry's definitely more. He's more of a perimeter guy. I mean, he's tall, but he's definitely a perimeter guy. You know, he's similar to. Yeah, Lowry's definitely. I mean, more of a perimeter guy even than Sabonis is. James Harden, is he retired? He's still playing. James Harden's still playing. He's with the Clippers. They're out though, unfortunately. Yeah. Who Walker Kessler slipped your mind? You mean Blake Love? What's up? Oh, you're saying James Harden? Yeah, but I honestly think James Harden. It's good to have him with Kawhi Leonard because Kawhi Leonard, he's all business. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Walker Kessler is solid. He's solid, and if you could get him before he has to really get paid, you know what I mean. You know who should get? Yeah, I don't know what his contract is looking like, but a dude who really stepped up since we're talking about the Clippers is your man Zubac. Zubac Zubac has had a insane season. Yeah, unfortunately Harden, man, like the playoffs has just been a struggle for him. I mean, those 2 years in Houston when they had Golden State on the ropes. I mean, the one year Chris Paul gets hurt, but the next year that was their year to get it. And unfortunately, it just didn't happen. James Harden is he's a master of the regular season. It's just Yeah, the playoffs have always been a little bit tough. I feel like there's guys who are better in the regular season, better in the playoffs. Like Jimmy Butler, I feel like is better in the playoffs, and Kawhi Leonard goes dummy in the playoffs. Zubac is tough. Who you got? Okay, yo, uh, Giddy. Yeah, Josh Giddey's good. OKC Denver. Man, that's a crazy series. That is a crazy series. Like I don't even feel like I honestly agree with Stephen A. Smith on that one, where it's like it's not indicative of what the series last game is not indicative of what the series is really like because I think OKC had to reset that. But to be honest, with Jokic, man, like you always got a shot. Like it depends on how healthy your boy Jamal Murray is, and he looks like he's healthy right now. So they definitely got a shot. They got the experience. I could definitely. I feel like even I could have seen Clippers in the finals. Clippers were so good themselves. Like the West is just a dogfight. Oh shoot. Still think Denver. Yeah, I ain't mad at Denver. I ain't mad at Denver. He was the third or fourth best player. Who was the third or fourth best player? Girl, yeah. Hey, girl, how you doing? Blake Love, Jokic ain't phased by game two. Nah, he's not phased. Yeah, James Harden, man, he's cold. Jeremy Lin, what happened to Jeremy Lin? I can't answer that one. If the Suns kept CP3 and Ayton, they would have been better off than with Grayson and with Nurkic, Grayson and Beal. 100%. 100%. But I know. But the thing was, they probably just didn't want to pay CP3. You know what I mean? Um, Game two don't matter. Harden is the polar opposite. Yes, yeah, it's crazy because Jamal Murray comes alive in the playoffs. That's so true. Zoink Nation, Boston sucks. I'm surprised at what's going on in Boston right now. I can't respond to that one. I'm a huge Celtics fan. We got to stop shooting 43s and making 10. Okay, you feel you know what? I didn't think anybody could really beat Boston, but yeah, if you play physical with them guys, it's possible. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things I could say about Boston. You know, I think they just have a lot of great players. I think the one thing about them, like I can't say too much about Missoula. I actually went to school with Missoula. We went to the same college at the same time. But the one thing I could say about him is he doesn't get too high and doesn't get too low. So like the fact that they're not winning right now, I don't really think that affects him. As far as him being like an X's and O's like genius, I don't know about that. And I'm not saying he's not, but I don't know if you need to be that with that team that they have right now. You really a weird dude. Yeah, a lot of these comments are kind of crazy. I usually don't full screen the thing like this. I usually Knicks are NBA Finals bound. Yo, New York is buzzing right now, man. New York is going crazy with the Knicks right now. Tatum and Brown play too similar. They won one. Don't love them as a duo. Yeah, I could understand that. I mean, we live in a weird time of like that kind of positionless basketball. Um, I think I think what helped them last year, I feel like Jaylen Brown's defense really stepped up. They won one. Yeah, I agree with Blake Love though. 0-2 ain't 0-3. 0-3, if you're down 0-3, that's a problem. But the crazy thing is like the Knicks won those two games at Boston. But it also seems like the Knicks have been playing better on the road in the playoffs. I live in Indiana Hills. I live in Indiana. Yeah, Indiana is crushing right now. Tyrese Halliburton is Jalen Brunson kryptonite. That's an interesting point. Bing Bong? Like Bing Bong Knicks? Is that what you mean by Bing Bong? I feel like a lot of people actually prefer Brown. You know what the difference is though between those guys right now? I feel like when Brown is locked in defensively, I feel like he's playing at his peak. But the difference between those guys is Jason Tatum's playmaking ability. I think Jason Tatum's like Brown has gotten better, but I think Jason Tatum's ability to be a playmaker is kind of why he has the ball in his hands more. Watch dogs. Once you let negativity out of your life, your soul will glow. I respect that. I respect that. Hey, I appreciate you coming through. I appreciate you coming through. Yeah, man, this was a last minute thing. I wasn't necessarily planning on coming live. Zach LaVine over Jaylen Brown. Zach LaVine's an interesting player. What I can say about Zach LaVine, in my opinion, one of the most gifted players I've ever seen. Easily. Probably top 10. Like, he does everything. He does everything, and it looks good when he does it. Obviously, he's a super athlete. New York, low-key, the deepest team in the league. You know what it is about New York that's so interesting? And one of my buddies brought it up, is that New York was really, like, they were built to go against Boston. Because if you notice, they literally brought in two wing defenders, long arm wing defenders, and and Mikal Bridges, right? Instead of going with Donovan Mitchell. The thing that's gonna have to happen is they're gonna need those guys to consistently play well offensively. Tatum is a better ball handler. Yeah, Brown is a better defender. Yeah, I think his defense was good last year. You know what I mean? So when Brown's defense is, but I don't even think Tatum is a bad defender. I think Tatum is a decent defender. I would say probably pretty good defender. I would say he's a pretty good defender. You know, pretty good to good. KP, I think KP is really good. He just injuries. That's the only stay prayed up, y'all. The only thing with KP is injuries. Celtics deliver best road record in franchise history. Boston finishes. Da, 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 da. Yeah, I mean it's possible. It's possible. You know, they going on the road in New York. You know what I mean? I imagine they'll get one, at least one. If they don't get one, obviously it's over, right? Like it's literally over. Zach LaVine is not better than DeRozan. Yeah, it's Zach LaVine is a unique player. It's like it's hard to like if you're just talking pure ability, Zach LaVine is like I would say it's pure ability. It's Kevin Durant, Paul George, and you could either go and you could probably go Zach LaVine. You know what I mean? Or maybe you could put Kyrie in that slot. But Kyrie's just like Kyrie's kind of unique as well. Change the battery in my. Hey, have a good day. Have a good day, EE. Change the battery in my smoke detector. Zach LaVine, yeah, Zach LaVine he's darn good, man. He's darn good, man. Yeah, that's your boy. DeRozan's your boy. The Compton King, Buddy cooked with that take on OG and Mikal for the duo. Oh yeah, definitely. Cat for Porzingis. Hart for White. Yes, Hart for White. Robinson for Horford. Yeah. LaVine, give me. Yeah, LaVine is like Vince Carter. I would agree with that. To me, I have LaVine as the best dunker of all time. Like that's a take that a lot of people wouldn't be popular with, but I love it. As just offensively. Yeah, Zach LaVine he's an insane dude. Like I remember Zach LaVine when he was like a kid, and like he was the same thing. He was always this athletic. He was always like this. You know, he didn't even do any. Like he didn't do much at UCLA. He was still drafted in the first round. Like he didn't do much at all. Yeah, LaVine, like Zach LaVine is always like a good player. It's just like I mean, what separates a guy like him is just like the ability to like execute. Like you know what I mean? Like there's guys like Kawhi Leonard and like Jokic. They make the right basketball play because they think the game. Like they think the game at a high IQ level. And that's just like the only thing that Zach LaVine, like he's great at playing it, but like thinking it, like understand, like playing basketball like it's chess. Because I don't know if he's ever really been coached in that way to really know the game, like the way some of those European players have, or what's your boy James Harden? I mean not James Harden. Kawhi Leonard got coached under Popovich, who's arguably the greatest coach of all time. LaVine has been in a rebuild team. Yeah, if you put him on a real team, it could be crazy. Give me Kyrie, Luka, 10 as scorers up top. Kyrie, Luka. Yeah, that's a crazy scoring lineup. Yo, sucks about Dame though, bro. Sucks that his like if he never comes back, he had a great career, but that sucks. You have you have him behind Vince, Neek, and Kemp. I am mad at that. Would you put Blake Griffin in that lineup? Because you got a lot. You got Neek and Kemp. Those are like power dunkers. In game for me is Cole. Personally, Kobe's my favorite in game dunker. If you go look at some of the Kobe's in game dunks, those joints didn't even make sense. Yeah, Lonzo getting hurt did hurt them, but I think coming back, Josh Giddey coming in there did help a little bit. The 2022 team, was that before Lonzo got hurt? Kawhi, when healthy, is the best player in the NBA. Yeah, when Kawhi is healthy in the playoffs, I think he's the best playoff player in the league. Him and Jimmy Butler and Jokic. But when Kawhi is healthy, he's just his ability to execute on both ends is just it's just insane. You know, he's like a mix of like Tim Duncan and like Tony Parker. He has like that Tim Duncan like demeanor, and he has like that Tony Parker ability to like be cerebral and run a show. Uh, Kawhi Leonard is just an impressive basketball player. Like when Kawhi Leonard was coming up, like I remember him in college. Kawhi Leonard was basically like a power forward. Like that guy had no basketball. A lot of them dudes didn't. Same thing with Paul George. Paul George was definitively worse than Kawhi Leonard. And Paul George, when it comes to game, I have him like skill, like ability wise, like I have him right behind Kevin Durant. Like a lot of people hate on Paul George or whatever, but in terms of his ability, like that guy's a freak. And he had no skills in college. No skills. He was athletic, but he had no skills. Celtics are way deeper than New York. Missoula seems too timid to play Keita, Shireman, Walsh, Craig. What are they there for? Yeah, I could understand that. Yeah, maybe he's a little nervous playing some of those younger guys. Shireman's a rookie. Keita's young. Walsh is young. Craig. Yeah, I don't know. I would for in-game dunkers. You put Blake for in-game dunkers. Wade got some fire ones. That's interesting that you put Dame in there. And Harden, wow. I feel like neither one of those dudes are known for their dunks. That's it. I respect that. I respect that. Dame. Yeah, Kawhi has really good footwork. I think Kevin Durant has spectacular footwork. I think Devin Booker has good footwork. Giannis is the best player in the world. Another hot take. He's better than Shea. I would have Giannis. He's there with Jokic. Those two. Giannis. The thing with Giannis and Jokic, I think Giannis is obviously way better defensively, but Giannis is a unique defender because he doesn't really defend anybody. He defends like areas. You know what I mean? So he's a unique kind of defender, but I think the challenge with Giannis, to be honest with you, is his lack of shooting. Like that lack of shooting does make a difference, especially in the playoffs. You know what I mean? And the thing with Jokic, but I feel like he's a decent enough defender where they could still win. But I don't know. It's a fair take. PG is better than T Mac and Melo. Man, I feel like they will put PG in the same category as T Mac. You know what I mean? Like because they both have like insane all around ability, good athletes, great athletes, not good athletes, great athletes. Melo. Melo is great. Melo to me is probably the best scorer of all time. I feel like the thing that Melo had is like he never really got the foul calls. If you look at the amount of times that Melo went to the line for a guy who was a scorer, if I put it in quotes like that, he just never went to the line enough. Bucks were underwhelming since they never really found it. To be honest with you, I wouldn't have traded Drew Holiday. To me, Drew Holiday is the best defender in the world. That's just my opinion. I think a lot of guys who are really good defenders, they don't get the respect if they're good offensively. Like Anthony Davis has never won a Defensive Player of the Year. That's wild to me. I think Drew Holiday is worthy of a Defensive Player of the Year. And I also think Paul George could have got a Defensive Player of the Year. The year where Marc Gasol won it. I think it was 2014, 2013, one of those years. Maybe 14. Like his defense was out of control. Out of control. Dame always hurt when that Dame injury was so bad. It was so bad. I don't even know if he'll ever be the same again. Young Damon Harden was athletic. I mean, Harden was pretty athletic, you know. Dame was a good athlete. Yeah, I mean, those are interesting picks that you have, though. I would never consider those dudes to be like super athletes. I mean, Dame was underrated athletically. I'll definitely say that, though. But it's like when you think of Dame, like he was finishing in traffic, but I don't know a lot of bodies that he was catching. You know what I mean? Like I don't know like any Dame dunk where I'll be like, yo, that was the craziest Dame dunk. You know what I mean? Like when you look at Sean Kemp, Vince, you know what I mean? Guys like that, Blake Griffin, you could name dunks. Jokic and Giannis equals Wilt. Yo, Wilt was putting up the craziest numbers ever. They both give you 30, 10, and 6. Giannis can guard 1 through 5. Giannis can guard 1 through. Giannis can guard 1 through. In a way, Giannis can kind of guard 1 through 5. It's just the way he plays defense is just unique, though. But Giannis his defense is top notch. His defense is top notch. But I also feel like Jokic is like his passing ability. I don't think there's ever been a big man who could pass like Jokic. I would say Sabonis' dad was really good. Arvydas Sabonis was a great big man passer. No one likes me. Hey man, I know I'm not perfect. I have a lot of flaws. But thanks for showing up though. I ain't hating. I definitely got to get better in life. Melo, my favorite player of all time. Yeah, Melo. Melo's a unique player. I think Melo is kind of like one of those guys where if you put him in the right situation, where he didn't have to be like the leader of the team, where he could just score and do what he does, I think it would have been easier for him to advance in the playoffs more. But yeah, I definitely think Melo didn't get enough foul calls. Yeah, Smart. I feel like they did a lot of campaigning so he could get that. Yeah, Bron could have easily won Defensive Player of the Year that year. But honestly, Paul George, I would say Paul George was like, I would say he was better defensively than LeBron was. You know what I mean? But again, like a lot of times when you're good offensively, they disregard your defense. Like it's just not cool. It's not cool. Like prime, yeah, PG and OKC. He finished third in Defensive Player of the Year, finished third in MVP voting that year. But I would still say even when he was in, and he was spectacular in Indiana defensively. Prime Westbrook is better than SGA. That's an interesting take. I feel like they're very different players, but I definitely feel like SGA's gotta win that MVP. They used to jump out the gym, they quit dunking and started shooting. Who quit dunking? Um, who quit dunking? Yo, Scott Sachs, I appreciate it, man. Happy birthday to Nick. Nick Gurr. Oh, I get what you're saying. You're calling me a disparaging term. Sabonis Jr. is better than Sabonis Sr. Okay, so Sabonis Jr. has had a way better career than Sabonis Sr., but Sabonis Sr. came after he tore I think he messed up his knees. If you look at his knees, the way he was running, his knees were trash, and I think he tore his ACL, so he wasn't even in his prime. He wasn't even in his prime. If he was in his prime, Sabonis Sr., like there's not even a hot take. Like I feel like this is very like universally regarded. Sabonis Sr. doesn't get hurt and comes in his prime. He's a top 10 player all time. All time. He was that good. Why do you think so many game winners were scored on him? Paul George? Well, I mean that's a great question. That's a great question. Why were so many game winners scored on Paul George? Well, I would say the honest answer is like it's like asking why Alonzo Mourning, why so many good dunks were put on Alonzo Mourning. When you're a great defender, you know what I mean? When you're a shot blocker or you're a defender, then you got to guard the best players, right? So Paul George was often guarding the best players. And the reality of the NBA, especially to 2010s NBA, 2020s NBA, is the rules in the NBA favor offensive players. You know what I'm saying? So, and the thing is, great offense always beats great defense. So if you're a great offensive player, doesn't matter how great you are defensively. A greater offensive move is still better than a greater defensive move. Give me Shea. Shea's cold as ice. Damon Harden. Joker's playing at a high level. Like the level that my man is playing at is so crazy. Yeah. Yeah, Sabonis definitely wasn't in his prime. Yeah, Sabonis was crazy, man. Like Sabonis was very similar to Jokic. Very similar to Jokic. But the difference was before he got hurt, he was way more athletic than Jokic. Way, 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 way. Judy the Destroyer. Wait, who is Judy the Destroyer again? Yeah, because he steps up. Exactly. He steps up. I imagine you're referring to Paul George. Yeah, you have to grow. You have to play defense. And if you play defense, a lot of people talking about the nose. Man, maybe because I don't know. That's interesting. I'm getting a lot of that today. Scott Foster. Yo, Dion Jack, what up? What up? How you doing? Barbarian. Man. Man, nah, I mess with all people of all races. God bless them. Devin Booker off ball. Devin Booker is a great player. Devin Booker, again, similar to like a Carmelo Anthony, just needs to be in the right situation where he doesn't have to be the leader of the team. Scott Foster. Who's Scott Foster again? Am I taking Giannis and AD over Barkley and Malone? To be honest, it's hard for me to take anybody over Malone. Like, I think Malone is probably the best player I've ever seen that didn't win a title. But if you're asking me about Giannis, man, that's a great question. I feel like Giannis has to have the advantage because Giannis won the title because his career. Oh, Scott Foster, the referee. Okay, got you. Mitchell over Booker. Yeah, I've said that a few times too. I just think the thing with Mitchell for me, like he impacts winning a lot. Like I think it's gonna show in the next game. Like I think he's gonna have to go crazy, and I feel like I don't know what he had last game, but I imagine. AD. Yeah, AD has a chip too. AD has the chip too. It's just I think it's different. I think it's a different thing when you're the number, like when you're leading the team to the title. You know what I mean? Like as great as AD was, LeBron was the leader. Like LeBron was the guy leading the team to the title. Not to say that AD's not great, but AD he was injured a lot throughout his career. So when he was the number one option, he wasn't really leading teams to deep playoff runs. Yes, I remember when D'Lo was on the. Yeah, he was good, man. I'm not. Listen, I don't dislike D'Angelo Russell at all. I think he's a good player. A lot of people don't like him. Evan Mobley over Paolo. That's an interesting take. I think there's totally different players, but it's an interesting take. Wow, man, this live was kind of the Pelicans is crazy, man. It's just something. There's something not right. Evan Mobley over Paolo. Different players, man. Evan Mobley's like a good playmaker. Obviously, he's a good defender. I was shocked that he won Defensive Player of the Year. I thought they would. I thought they were going to give it to Jaren Jackson Jr. and then second would be Dyson Daniels. But Paolo is a great scorer, though. Paolo is a great scorer. Pelicans your favorite team? Wow. DeJounte, yeah. What was his? That was Achilles, right? LeBron is the best. He was great. LeBron is great getting this. Yeah, I think with those four players, they would have done well. Zion's an interesting take. Zion's an interesting take. Um, man, I don't know what to say about Zion. It's tough, man. Kyrie is the greatest scorer of all time. Well, according to J.R. Smith, you are correct. Kyrie is he's the you could say he's got the best man. As far as guards, he's got like an insane skill set. He's like Zion to the Grizzlies with Ja. Oh yeah, that'd be crazy. I feel like those season tickets will go crazy. Nah, he does. Kyrie can score at all levels. Great ball hand. Yeah, great ball handler. Insane with the ball in his hands. Um, Spectacular with the ball in his hands, man. That dude's a nutcase with the ball in his hands. KD to the Thunder. Just end his career with the Thunder. You think he should end his career with the Thunder, or he should end it with go back home and go back home and ended in Washington. Hey, yo, what up? KD, Harden, Westbrook should run it back one more time. They should just do it before they. That would be so funny. KD, Harden, and Westbrook. Yo, that'd be sick. Washington was soaring below. Wait, who's below? Oh, Koulibaly. Below Koulibaly. Um, yeah, Washington. I don't know. I don't know. But to be honest with you, the thing with Washington, I feel like they just been clearly just trying to, they just care about the draft. They just care about the draft. Jared McCain is really good. He probably would have won. Who won Rookie of the Year? I don't even know. Who did win Rookie of the Year? Probably my man with Atlanta, right? Castle won it. Yeah, I mean, oh, Stephon Castle won it. Okay. Yeah, I mean that's fair. I mean, I really don't know who I would give Rookie of the Year to, but they were definitely giving Castle a lot of opportunities, and a lot of people hate on Castle's jump shot. I never thought it was that bad though. I never thought Castle's jump shot was that bad. He's probably got to improve as a 3-point player. Jared McCain and Maxey won't. I don't know what they're gonna do because if you have McCain, Maxey, like if Maxey, Paul George, and Joel Embiid are all there, I think that limits McCain's shots. You know what I mean? Like when he was going off, there was a lot of injuries. But McCain and Maxey, that's an interesting backcourt because they're little and they would really have to defend really well. Donovan Clingan better than Edie. Donovan Clingan, yo, that Lakers should get Clingan then. Yeah, I could understand that. They might have some troubles defensively with those two. Um, Raiders. You think the Raiders are going to be really good this year? Yeah, Clingan did do well in March Madness last year. Knicks in 4? Yeah, I mean, I don't know about Reed. I'm not saying that. I just haven't seen enough. I haven't seen enough. Arturian Prince, how's it going, Arturian Prince? So you think Boston's coming back, and Max, you think the Knicks are just going to take it? Oh yeah, so you think the Knicks are going to take it, and then it's him thinks that Boston's going to take it. It's possible. Um, it's so weird. I'm just honestly too shocked by that series, so I don't really know. I've never really seen anything like that before. Chet's floor is higher than Wemby. Really? I don't know. I think they're very. I think they're different. I feel like Chet plays basketball more like a role player, and he's not. And Wemby's given the keys, and then Chet was like he plays with SGA, so SGA just runs the. Man, I don't know. I don't know. I think Chet's good. I just feel like Chet. He doesn't need the ball. I feel like he doesn't need the ball. But I think if you don't give Wemby the ball, I still think he's good. Yeah, like Wemby defensively, man. Like his like I don't even know if he's playing like great. Like if he was if he didn't get hurt, he would have won Defensive Player of the Year in a runaway landslide. Over prime Porzingis. Yeah, he's kind of like a prime Porzingis is Wemby. Man, like a lot of those guys, like I would have to see what they do in the playoffs. Zion, Wemby, like I mean, Wemby's really gifted though. He's gifted. Like I feel like he's the future of what basketball will be. Like people are going to be looking for these 7'4" guys who can handle and shoot. You know what I mean? He's so tall. Yeah, Wemby does have handles. I feel like Chet has handles too. Wemby not doing what Chet does offensively. I think Wemby's like I feel like he could take over games more than Chet. Because I feel like Chet doesn't really even try to he doesn't even try to go get you 20, 30 points. I don't know. Yeah, he doesn't get enough playing time. Yeah, Chet did cross up he did cross up Curry. Wemby has handles though. I agree. Wemby does have handles. Chet doesn't get the ball because he plays. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like Chet's not really in the position to really be a number one option the way that Wemby is. But even with that, I've watched Chet since he was a teenager. I've never seen him as a guy who's like a dominant offensive player that's going to get me 20, 25 a night. I mean, it's possible. Like, it's possible, but it's just like he doesn't seem like a guy who's trying to take over games. It's not a bad thing. It's just not the way he plays. He plays basketball the right way. I'll put it that way. He might be a more efficient shooter though. Wemby's shot blocking is insane. He was averaging like 3 blocks a game or something like that. Box with the Spurs #1 last season. We'll see next. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do as far as options. Um, I would like to see them win some games. Yo, that would be sick if they both had like a sky hook. That would be so sick. They should do that. Allah is everything. I respect that. I imagine you're Muslim. Respect to all Muslims out there. They should grab they should grab KD and try to win now. KD in San Antonio. Yeah, nah, I respect all people's beliefs. I'm a New Testament Bible guy myself. So everybody who consistently comes on these lives, maybe you said that because you saw the Bible pop up. Maybe that's why you said that. I don't know. Would Spurs give up Castle for KD? I feel like you kind of have to do that though. Fox and KD and Wemby for KD. Well, so Fox, KD, and Wemby. Yeah, that would be an interesting combination. KD, Fox, Wemby, CP3. Yeah, that's an interesting combination. That is an interesting combination. Yeah, it would be good to see Seattle get an NBA team. Jeremy and Devin plus picks. Oh, Jeremy Sochin. Oh, Devin Vassell. Honestly, like I'm not. I think Vassell and Keldon Johnson are really good. Like I honestly think the Spurs are better when those two are really have the ball in their hands. To be honest with you, I think when Keldon Johnson was like really able to do what he had to do. Spurs were decent. Gary Payton and Wemby are completely two different players. Wait, I don't even know who said. If you don't trade a rookie of the year for a man pushing forward, yeah, that's an interesting thing. It's just Kevin Durant is once in a generation. But yeah, I could understand what you're saying. I can understand what you're saying. Like if they were close to winning a title, then it would make more sense to trade for Kevin Durant. Kevin Ollie was the best point guard of all time. He won a title as a coach, and I feel like he was a solid defender as a player. Give me Jason Kidd over Steve Nash and John Stockton. I'm not mad at that. Jason Kidd over Steve Nash and John Stockton. For me, I'm definitely. That's a good question. Stockton is the tougher one for me, honestly. Even though Steve Nash had the MVPs, I think it's easier to win a title if you have Jason Kidd. Stockton and Malone are just, like I always say, they're the two best players who have never won a title. Bob Cousy he's in my top 10 for point guards. Horace Grant was the most overrated, underrated player of all time. He made an All-Star team. To me, the most underrated player of all time is Ron Harper. Ron Harper, to me, what he did on all ends of the. Ron Harper was basically DeMar DeRozan before DeMar DeRozan. He was so good. Wasn't like a great shooter, but he could score, he could pass, defended at a really high level, super athletic. One of the only dudes that could hang with Jordan, had the size and athleticism. Kid played D. Yeah, Kid did play D, so I ain't mad at that. Kid did play D. And Steve Nash, his defense wasn't his strength. But I would say for Steve Nash, if he played in today's era, he probably would have shot more threes and he would have scored more points. Stockton got more steals, but he was a gambler. I think Stockton was a good defender. I mean, that dude probably made all defensive teams many times. Yeah, J.K. led the Nets to 2 finals. Nah, I ain't mad at that. I ain't mad at J.K. To me is a top 10 point guard of all time, no doubt. So you're saying, Max, that Giannis's mid range jumper got a lot better? I think if Giannis gets a three, he's the best player ever. Richard Jefferson and Kenyon Martin. Yeah, yeah, Richard Jefferson and Kenyon Martin. Yeah, I remember that Nets team. I feel like I went to a few Nets games at that time. Because the Nets, they tried to get Vince Carter to like do better sales, because like they're in a weird part of New Jersey, so like they just weren't selling that much, which is part of the reason why they went to Brooklyn. Yeah, I agree. Stockton was so durable. That guy played so many games, which is that helps when you're trying to become the all-time assist leader. Serge Ibaka and Drew Holiday. I agree with that. Drew Holiday is one of the most underrated players in NBA history ever. Serge Ibaka to me was pivotal because he was like the first stretch four. Like he was like the position, like one of the guys who like epitomized like positionless basketball. So he's like he's a 4-man who could swap threes, hitting threes. Like there was nobody really doing that before he was doing that. 4-man who was hitting threes and blocking shots is what I mean. Gabe Owners was the best in the locker room. Gabe Owners. I don't understand that. Maybe I don't know who that is. Maybe yeah. I don't know if that's a joke. I'm a little confused on that one. My bad. Maybe it's because I'm getting tired too. Pippen deserved Jordan's Defensive Player of the Year. Well, to be honest, when Jordan won Defensive Player of the Year, it was in 1988, I believe. So Pippen was drafted in '87. So Pippen wasn't really even like a great player yet. Was Pippen a better defender than Jordan? I don't know. A lot of people would. There's some people who probably say so, but you got to remember, Jordan. If you go back and look what Jordan was doing as a shot blocker, he was kind of like what Derek White is now. Like Jordan was the best. He was just insane shot. Like he was their team's best shot blocker, right? He was getting like 200 steals a season and 100 blocks a season. You know what I'm saying? Like in this era of positionless basketball or whatever, like I don't know any player who's getting 200 steals and 100 blocks. There might be, I just don't know of any. I think one season he had, if I'm correct, in one season, am I right? Yeah, I think in one season he might have had 300 steals in a season. But I don't know. Pippen was a great defender. Tatum has a lot of. He has a lot of deep depth to the He has a lot of depth. He's in debt to the Celtics fans. Who was a glue guy? You're saying Pippen was a modern Horace Grant. Kid to VC and NJ. AI to AI in Philly. Crazy. Oops. Yeah. For sure. Who's the AI? Who's the other AI besides Allen Iverson? Yeah, Kid to VC. Yeah, that early 2000s, 2003, 2004. Oh, Surge was like Horace Grant, maybe? Okay, I can see that. Yo, y'all. I appreciate all y'all really coming through. I'm gonna get to the last one and I'm gonna have to call it. Cause I gotta go to bed and I got work. Maybe if we could grow this channel and then I won't have to be working anymore. We could just do this all day. Surge was the OKC in Toronto where Horace was. I am mad at that take. I am mad at that take. Yeah, for real, I do gotta get some sleep. I'm weak for real. I thought that was in '92. Oh yeah, nah, Jordan didn't win Defensive Player of the Year in '92. It was in the '80s. Yeah, and that year I think it was 80. It was yeah 87, and then I think he won Defensive Player of the Year in '88. '87 he averaged 37 a game, and in '88 he averaged 38 a game, and then in '89 he averaged 39 rebounds, 9 assists because they started throwing him a point guard. Jared, oh yeah, Jared Allen is really good. Jared Allen is really good, but yeah, no, Jared Allen was really good. He's just 70% field goal percent. Yeah, he knows his role. He's not shooting threes. I do think Scottie Pippen was a better defender. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if he was a better defender. It's an interesting question. I don't know if he was a better defender, but they were both good. But the reason why, you're talking about the '91 finals where Scottie Pippen was guarding Magic Johnson, but the reason why he was guarding Magic Johnson was because he's bigger. Like Scottie Pippen was he was listed at 6'7", but he was probably closer to 6'8", 6'9". You know what I mean? Jordan was like 6'5". He was listed at 6'6". I'll just say what they're listed at. Jordan was listed at 6'6", but Scottie Pippen was definitely taller. He was just taller. So Magic Johnson at 6'9", you need a guy who's about 6'9" to guard him. And Jordan he just wasn't tall enough, I guess. Clyde and Reggie. Yeah, okay, I can see that. Um, Uh, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Jordan had the records for block per game. Like he was a great shot blocking guard. Dwayne Wade was a great shot blocking guard. And also Derek White right now is a great shot. Like dope. Jordan was a great defender. He was a great defender. Like it's tough for me to say that Scottie Pippen was better. Some people will say so, but I don't know. Maybe Scottie Pippen should have won a defensive player there. Maybe I'm wrong. Serge was a modern horse. Serge was so athletic. Oh, Iverson to Andre Iguodala. Okay, I got you. 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 Yeah, Pippen was drafted in '88. Yeah, he was drafted in '88. It was 80. I don't think it was 88, 89. I don't think he won Defensive Player in 88, 89. I mean, I could be wrong, but I think he won it in 87, 88 was when he won it. If you want to fact check that. I think it was 87, 88 because 89 was the year where he went to point guard. Jared Allen, Rasheed Wallace, LeBron James, best of all time. I mean, that's a fair. On my bandana, no, the bandana, I think it's like Santa Claus as well. When Scottie Pippen guarded Gary Payton. Yeah, I don't even think Orlando, I mean Seattle had a shot though. I think they were definitely gonna be Seattle no matter what. What time is it for me? It's 1:15. Yeah, I gotta call it. Steph Curry's better than Jordan. Yeah, I don't know about that. Steph Curry's great though. Okay, it's possible. It's possible. To be honest with you, I never saw that NBA Finals. That's the one NBA Finals I'm not as familiar with is the '96 Finals against Seattle. I never really saw that one. All the other ones I did, 91, 92, 93, 90, 97, 98. Those ones I'm more familiar with. 96, I don't know. But if you say so, it's possible. Um, yeah, Steph is definitely a better shooter than Nad Christis versus Brian Scalabrine. I don't know. Maybe not Christian. Now you're bringing back the old school vibes. The old school flow. I don't know. Pippen was an interesting player. You know, I, I don't. Yeah, Pippen was an interesting player. It's tough for me to say too much on Pippen. Steph or LeBron. Career wise, I gotta go with LeBron. But Steph is great though. But yo, I appreciate everybody for jumping on. Feel free to come back. I'm gonna try to jump on again this week. It's just give me Taryn over D Rose. I don't know about that. D Rose was cold. Elton Brand or Corey Maggette were underrated. Yeah, I could understand that. They were underrated. Corey Maggette got to the foul line a lot, and Elton Brand he made a couple All Star. He made the All Star team probably like twice. Yo, but I appreciate everybody for jumping on, man. Hope you have a good night. God bless in Jesus' name, Amen. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, we'll try to jump back on again. Yo, I got a lot of videos of like old school players and stuff, so feel free to check those out. All right, take care, y'all. Hey, thank you, Reptar from Rugrats. I respect that old school vibe, old school flow. All right, good night, y'all. God bless in Jesus' name, Amen. Amen. You too, Max. Take care.